The principles of Qigong find their roots in Eastern medicine and are referenced as early as 2600 BC in the Han Dynasty under the rule of the Yellow Emperor. These early references speak about the intrinsic enlivening energy we know as Qi. Other traditions have their own name for this energy, including prana, kundalini, ruach, pneuma, and spirit. The origins of Qigong as a formal practice date to 500 AD, when an Indian monk named Damo, as one story has it, was summoned to China during the Lian Dynasty and was subsequently banished to the countryside due to a difference of opinion with the emperor regarding proper practice of Buddhism. Wandering for some time, Damo stumbled upon the Shaolin Temple where he was taken in. Finding the monks in poor health, he meditated 9 years, some texts claim, on how he might help them. To this end, he developed the first formal Qigong series known as the Damo set. Over hundreds of years, many different forms have been developed. What you will see in this series is a compilation of what we feel are the most potent yet accessible of the practices. Most have been retooled and augmented to maximize their potency and ability to begin the process of uniting the energetic human spirit with the ultimate spirit. The first way is a simple breathing exercise combining deep abdominal breathing with movement, which describes the expansion and contraction of the center, the dantian. With each inhalation, the hands expand outward, led by the elbows. The hands and fingers should remain as relaxed as possible, even to the point of feeling heavy. Breathe gently in through the nose. Feel the cool air passing over the palate, down the center, and filling the cavity deep in the diaphragm. Then breathe out slowly through either the nose or mouth. With each exhalation, release as much physical tension as you can. With each breath cycle, you should be aware of increasingly deep relaxation. At the end of each exhalation, you may pause ever so briefly with your hands perfectly relaxed and feel the stillness, the emptiness. You will have begun the process of releasing and opening, allowing the energy that animates you to flow freely and fully, making room for something more, something new. The second way begins with the feet a shoulder width apart, arms hanging relaxed at the sides. Begin by inhaling gently but deeply through your nose. Then, as you begin to exhale, sink slightly into your knees and begin turning your waist to the right. Be aware that your pelvis, legs, and knees should remain facing forward as your waist turns on the top of the pelvic structure. Gently pull your waist with your shoulders, your arms continuing to hang relaxed at your side. Continue turning the head to the right, and finally your eyes, your gaze as far as possible until your exhalation is complete. Then simply begin an inhalation as you rise slightly and return back to center. Now repeat the motion again to the left. This begins the process of relaxing and opening the center, that which is known variously in different traditions as the Dantian, the Hara, the second chakra. It is your place of energy and stability, both physical and emotional. Repeat as many times as is comfortable. The third way represents an opportunity to directly release not only the physical tension we all carry, but also to begin letting go of the emotional and psychological things which hold all of us hostage. The movement of the arms and hands on each exhalation are a physical representation of this releasing and letting go. Begin with a nice long and fairly wide stance with the weight on the forward leg. Then reach forward with both arms, hands facing each other. As you inhale, begin sinking into the back leg and draw your hands toward you. Then, as you begin exhaling, transfer your weight forward again, allowing the hands to circle downward. Turn the palms upward as the arms extend forward. While doing so, release any physical or emotional tension you may be carrying. Be as specific as you can about what you need to let go of. The arm and hand gestures symbolize your desire and intent to release all that is unhealthy or hurtful. This begins the process of making room for something new to be born in the place of energy. Continue with as many repetitions as you wish. Then switch the leg positions and continue with the same number of repetitions with the opposite leg forward. The fourth way again focuses our attention on the center, the place many traditions see as our place of vital energy and awareness. Your stance should be 2 shoulder widths apart, with your hands forming one of the traditional circular positions often used in meditation. The circle of the hands should be focused directly around the center, the Dantian. Slowly sink over to the left as you breathe in and turn your waist slowly to the right. again holding the pelvic structure facing forward as your waist and shoulders do the turning. Then transfer your weight to the right as you slowly exhale. Pause ever so briefly when your weight is all the way to the right and the breath is empty. Continue by slowly turning your waist to the left as you slowly but fully inhale. Then transferring your weight to the left as you slowly exhale. Repeat as many times as you wish. When you have completed the desired number of repetitions, pause when your weight is all the way to the left. As your torso remains turned to the left, quietly inhale. Then, as you sink back to the right, slowly exhale. Inhale once again as you turn your waist to the right. Then again, sink straight back as you exhale. Again, do as many repetitions as desirable, ending facing forward with equal weight on each leg. Bring the feet together, drop the hands, and take several cleansing breaths. The fifth way focuses on opening the spine as well as stretching and opening the arms and rib cage. Standing with your feet about a shoulder width apart, begin with your hands, palms facing forward, at shoulder height. Sink slightly into your knees as you breathe in, then rise as you slowly breathe out, reaching up with your right arm. At the top, push upward with your palm. Then sink slightly, breathing in and lowering your right hand back to shoulder height. Then rise slightly as you begin breathing out and reach with your left hand, pushing up purposefully with your palm at the top. Then sink, breathing in. Continue with as many repetitions as you wish. As with all of these movements, always push out as fully and completely as possible, making room for energy to flow. However, never push any movement past your current practical limit. The motions should never be painful. Always push out to and bump up against your practical limit, but never try to push through that limit. With daily practice, your range of motion and flexibility will naturally increase. The sixth way begins a series of more assertive movements. It focuses on opening the entire body in one fluid motion. Standing with your feet at least 2 shoulder widths apart and at a 45-degree angle, place your hands on the hip and leg joints. Sink your weight to the left while at the same time leaning forward directly over your left knee as you breathe in. Then turn your waist to the right until directly over the right leg. Now, as you breathe out, rise, transferring your weight to the right leg. Arch your back slightly and roll your shoulders back and down, gently squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening the chest area, also known as the middle dantian, or heart chakra. Then leaning forward once again directly over the right leg as you breathe in, turn your waist to the left and rise forward directly over the left leg as you breathe out. Roll your shoulders back and down as you gently squeeze your shoulder blades together once again. Repeat as many times as is comfortable. Note that this motion will move your own intrinsic energy and open your body in multiple ways. It is highly energetic, and you should always remember to breathe as deeply as possible and above all remain as relaxed as possible as you release the tension. You are making room for something new and more profound to take its place. The seventh way focuses on opening the spinal column and the lower back, also called the Mingmen in the Chinese system. It also offers an opportunity to release. Let go of all those things that hold us back and keep us both physically and emotionally imprisoned. Starting with your feet a shoulder width apart, bring your hands, palm up, to just below the dantian. As you breathe in, roll your hands over. Then, as you begin exhaling, bend forward gently and push your hands toward the ground. Be sure not to lock your knees. Leave them slightly bent. At the bottom, allow your hands and shoulders to relax, fingers down, and release any tension you have held. Pause for a brief moment, then turn your hands palms up. Rise as you gently breathe in. Then again at the dantian, roll your hands over as you breathe in. Repeat as many times as you wish. Please note, when bending forward and rising upward, be sure to allow your chin to rest gently on your chest. The eighth way is another very assertive movement designed specifically to encourage the free movement of abundant, nourishing energy throughout the body. Standing with your feet 2 shoulder widths apart and facing directly forward, breathe in. Draw the hands to the dantian, forming soft fists as you do. Then gently bump the dantian. Next, do a weighted turn on the right heel to 45 degrees. Turn your torso directly over the right leg and begin driving your weight onto the right leg as you breathe out. At the same time, push your left arm forward and upward at an angle, and with the right hand, push behind you at a downward angle. As you breathe in, move back to center and once again draw your hands into soft fists and gently bump the dantian. Now do a weighted turn on the left heel to a 45-degree angle and turn to the left as you begin to exhale gently. Drive your weight onto the left leg as you push out over the left leg at an upward angle with the right arm and backward at a downward angle with the left. This whole-body energetic movement is designed to move the sacred energy that not only nourishes us, but cleanses us as well. The ninth way begins with your feet 2 shoulder widths apart at about a 45-degree angle. Your hands should be at shoulder height, palms facing forward. Begin by slowly sinking into a squatting position as you breathe in gently, drawing the hands down, bringing them together at the bottom. Allow them to form a cup or chalice shape with the heels of the hands together. A cautionary note: be sure to open the pelvic area so that the knees can track directly over the feet. Not doing so puts tremendous pressure on the inside of the knees and can result in injury. Next, as you breathe out, begin to rise to a fully upright position and push the hands up, and at the very highest point, release the hands and allow them to separate, letting go of not only the physical tension, but even more important, release all those frustrations and deeply held resentments. Continue then, as you breathe in, to lower yourself into a squatting position and drawing your hands down and together once again. Repeat as many times as you reasonably can. The 10th way is, like the first way, a simple breathing exercise. It serves as the other bookend of the 10 ways Qigong exercises. It also begins with the feet a shoulder width apart, hands at your sides. Be careful not to lock your knees. Begin breathing in as the arms begin to rise out to shoulder height, palms up. Then exhale as they move up to encircle the head. Continue by inhaling as the hands gently push straight down to shoulder height. Then breathe out as the hands continue to push past the Tantien and finally come to a rest. Fingers down, hands relaxed, releasing any residual physical, psychological, and emotional baggage you may have held onto. Continue with as many full repetitions as you wish. The therapeutic aspect of Qigong in its many incarnations happens by way of the specific repetitive motions which become a system of washing and cleansing the physical, psychological, and emotional things that keep us from having life and having it abundantly. Additionally, as a result, we make room for something new to take its place. Room for something new, enlivening, and deep to be born in that place called the Dantian, the Hara, the vital center. The place of energy, intelligence, and insight. Birthing something fully human and yet somehow more by uniting the human spirit with the ultimate spirit, both of which are one. Be well. Namaste.